All right, this week on Camera Talk, Dylan, where are we going this week? Well, that's kind of like a combination type thing. You know, the 85 Batis, it's a Sony product designed by Zeiss. Where's Sony? Japan.
I'm turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so.
Where's Zeiss? Germany. So we're going to Japan and Germany. Holy moly. 2 places in 1 week. The Batis 85 1.8. Is it any good? Is it all it's lived up to be? Well, let's find out together, right? So, grab yourself something to eat or drink, something to get yourself a little comfortable.
Where have you been all my life?
We just come in with...
Oh, if you don't mind.
It's not
Okay.
really...
Hey, let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and his co-host, Dylan. That's right. So this week, Dylan and I back for another episode of Camera Talk. And what are we looking at this week? It's not quite vintage. Not quite economical, but it's a lens that I have, so we're going to review it anyway. It's not, well, as you all know, I don't really review things. I just share my, experience with them, and you know, talk about the lens itself without getting into shots of brick walls and looking at graphs and charts and DxO ratings and all these other types of things. But anyhow, so what Dylan and I are looking at this week is, again, it's a more modern lens. It is, it has a great reputation. I mean, Carl Zeiss always has a good reputation. Or things, but it's the, again, what we look at usually with vintage stuff is the quality and character of the lenses. Well, with the Batis line, it's kind of a little combination of that too, as far as quality and character goes. Now, of course, Zeiss makes much better quality lenses that are out there. The Otis brand and, the big capital L and so forth and so on. But Batis is not bad. It's badass, right? Yeah, badass.
They're more like badasses.
And it came out in 2015 with its little partner, the 24 millimeter. And again, it has a great reputation. Was it 24 millimeter or 25? I forget now. I don't have it, so who cares really? But I bought the Batis here, 85 millimeter 1.4. Now, again, with modesty photography, we tend to look at budget, user-friendly prices and things. If you went to B&H today and bought this, and today being, February 2023, you would pay $1,250 for this lens here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Does Dr. Scott want to pay that much money for this lens? No way! No way.
No way.
So how much did I pay for this? I bought it used. Like a lot of the stuff I have, I buy used. So I paid $700, so, almost half. And somebody else used it for a little while. Whoopie-doo! I don't need something that's brand spanking new to make me feel like a big man, right? Big man with his brand new stuff.
King of the world!
So used is fine with me. So anyhow, 2015, and here we are, 2023. So is this still a relevant lens in today's world? I would think so. I mean, what its capabilities are, the bang for the buck kind of thing that you get out of it. I do believe that it is, right? Now, in general, it says, the reading on the front, it says Zeiss, and then it says Sonar 1.8 85 with a 67 millimeter thread size with the T star for the coating. It's Zeiss's proprietary formula for their coating, kind of like KFC's 8 herbs and spices and McDonald's, Coca-Cola's secret formula, and so on and so forth.
Ancient Chinese secret.
So the T star is quite famous, and it just means that it has some nice coatings that reduce ghosting and flaring. You don't want your lenses flaring off down the street now, do we?
Dancing down the street and I don't know, wearing a rainbow flag all the time. But
so, but sonar, the actual design itself was developed in 1930 by Dr. Ludwig Bertele. He's a German fellow who worked for Zeiss way back when. And sonar is kind of derivative of the German word for sun because of its brightness. Yeah. So, 1.8 isn't the biggest aperture in the world. Obviously with the Noctiluxes and all these other 0.95s and everything, 1.8 is nothing to write home about. But back in 1930, that would have been something like, woohoo, something to write home about, right? So, anyway, so that's, the history of where it all started from. So a sonar design is nothing new. The specs on this thing, putting it together, the build is 11 elements in 8 groups. So there's quite a number of lenses in here, bits of glass. Are you like telling yourself jokes or something over there? What are you giggling about? 3 of those lenses are designed as dispersion elements. So what that does is it produces higher contrast than regular elements do, with accurate rendering with colors and the look and whatnot. So it's and it helps to eliminate color fringing and chromatic aberration.
Ew!
Do you know about chromatic aberration? Do you give a crap what chromatic aberration is all about?
No!
No? Well, here, just play with your tongue then. Okay. Well, don't wipe it on me, you little rat bastard. Yeah, stinky, nasty boy, you. So anyway, 11 elements in 8 groups. Its close focus is 80 centimeters, so it's an 85 with an 80 centimeter close focus distance. So, hey, we're out here somewhere. That's close enough, yeah, for an 85. I mean, these are designed as portrait lenses, right? So generally, you're not that close anyway with a portrait lens. It has 9 curved aperture blades. So again, while you're stopping down, it tends to keep the out of focus background nice and smooth, and the creates bokeh balls, as they call them, and we like our balls round, don't we?
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls.
You like your balls round? Yeah. You see a joke in there somewhere, don't you? And it's, because of all the glass in here and whatnot, it is 452 grams, so it's not super light, but it's not mega heavy either. Again, talking about Noctiluxes and stuff like that, those are pretty heavy lenses going into the 600-700 gram area. But what helps keep the weight down is also the fact that it's polymer design, so it's a funky plastic. It's like a funky cold Medina plastic.
Funky cold Medina.
So it keeps it nice and light for what it is, basically. And it's designed by Zeiss but built by Sony, so it's a collaborative effort on their part. So designed this where the Germany comes from and where the Japan comes from, even though I'm sure Sony probably doesn't build them in Japan. It's like most things. Built in China, right? Built in China, right? Hey, you're getting into S&M, aren't you? You like to be whipped. Whip me, baby, whip me. Oh, it's disgusting. So, it's E-mount, full frame E-mount. It's weather sealed. And of course, you can't see it from there, but you have a little blue gasket that seals it, weather and dust and whatnot for there. You know, what else can I say about this thing? I mean, it looks very high quality. Anyway, oh, it has floating elements in the rear for the close focus, allowing you know better quality, or better rendition of the image as you the closer you get, which is what floating elements tend to do. Hold on a second. Let me do a little Bart Simpson. Huh? See, now you're choking on it. Uh-huh. You can only laugh so much, can't you? Sucker. So anyway, that was our technical timeout for a second. It also physically, you know, again, there's nothing on here except for the fact that it hits on the E-mount. It has a rubber focusing ring, which a lot of people don't like due to the rubber tends to attract lint and other things on there. I don't keep mine in my pocket, so I don't have any lint on mine. The only other feature is a window. It's an OLED display window that displays two things: the focus distance from your subject to you, and the depth of field readout. Tells you your aperture and whatnot. So anyway, that's physically the whole thing in a nutshell, right? Its autofocus is pretty sharp and snappy.
Am I still in the thumbnail?
It works great, obviously, because it's designed for Sony. It works great on Sony bodies. You know, I have an A7R II, and it works as well as can be, as well as expected on such a thing. If you put it in a crop mode, your 85mm now becomes 127.5 millimeter. So it gets you some reach if that's what you're looking for with your with this lens. Anyway, so some of the pros are it's got image stabilization built in, which is nice because the longer the focal range on your lens, the more difficult it is to, you know, hold it steady and get nice smooth shots. So image stabilization is great. The autofocus is great, as I just said. Colors and bokeh are both as well as to be expected with a Zeiss design, and comes with a hood. You know, it's a plastic hood, but at least it comes with one. You know, Canon lenses don't do that. And where's my line on here? So, boom, kind of just rolls and snaps in like that. Now the hood, as I said, it has this T-star coating, so the hood is, you know, going to just help with any kind of challenging lighting situations to keep out those annoying ghosts and. Ready? Get her! And those flaring situations, right? Mm-hmm.
With it. Okay, and you're welcome.
So it comes with a hood, so that's great. The cons,
You get busy, die.
a few cons. The price, I would consider a con maybe, but again, if you're going to compare to other higher end 85s, $1,200 isn't that much really. Focus by wire, I guess, is a problem for those who are maybe thinking of using this for video. You know, it's not quite as good as like stepper motor and whatnot design. So anyways, all right, so those are the specs on this baby. So let me get you my usual shots of the end of the lens plate that is on the Canon M50, which I use to record these videos. And I will try to get as sharp as I can in on that and show you what that looks like from here. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. And then let's go to 5.6. Where is it? There you go. 5.6 to show you what that looks like from here. And I'm about 1 3/4 meters away. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that was at 1.8. Let me put it back down to 1.8. That was at 1.8 and 5.6. So, what do you think? Want to show some pictures of Dylan? Huh? You want to see pictures of Dylan? Yes, pictures of Dylan. All right, so let's show you some pictures of this dude that we took just minutes ago. So here's Dylan at 1.8. And here's Dylan at 5.6. You have to point that way, not that way. What you're doing. You need some more Bart Simpsoning? Huh? Do you need some more Bart Simpsoning? Do I need to take you out, mister? Do I need to replace you? I'll tell mommy about making maybe another little brother take your place, mister. Yeah.
What? No.
So, oh, random stuff. Hey, we need to show you some our usual random pictures using this lens of other stuff, other things other than Dylan, outdoor things. As my usual list goes, rainbows and butterflies and flowers and ladybugs. And not that I have pictures of any of those things, but you know what I mean. Random stuff. So here's some random stuff at f whatever. Okay, so that was our demonstration anyway of what we can think of as far as the lens goes. Can we recommend this lens?
Yes.
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 Dylan says so, especially used. Again, for those with the modesty photography mindset like us, don't want to spend a bunch of money, find it used. I mean, $700 that I got it for was probably a little pricey because it was a couple of years ago, closer to manufacturing age. But now that it's, you know, now that we've gone on to 8 years later, you know, perhaps you can get it for a couple $100. And why not, right? So what? Somebody used it for a while, whoopee-doo. As long as it still works, you know, you're just all that much better off for getting it at a lower price.
That's what I'm talking about!
So, get yourself a copy. Especially if you have Sony products, obviously. Sony cameras, but you can also adapt things. They have adapters for everything these days. So anyhow, how about our little plug for our photo editing software? What do we use? Luminar. Luminar AI and Luminar Neo. Now, Luminar Neo is a mix of Luminar AI and Luminar 4, and that's their latest, greatest. You know, it's a great plug-in for others like Lightroom and whatnot that go along with it. Or, as I use it, as a standalone. I mean, all the Oh, my screen's already turned off. If you saw the slideshow up there, the screensaver, there was all those photos are edited with Luminar. And, you know, Luminar AI. What does AI mean? What is AI? AI stands for...
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
No! Man, you could never get that thing right. It's artificial intelligence. The kind that you need some help with, mister. Gotta work on your intelligence. Do intelligent people suck on their finger? No, I didn't think so. So, anyway, there's all kinds of AI built into the program. You know, we have dust and spot removal. We have power line removal. You know, this is all, you know, you click on these buttons, boop, and it analyzes your photo for you and removes those power lines or removes those spots. And it knows the difference between the spots on your sensor versus spots like birds flying off in the distance or whatnot. It won't remove those. It'll remove dirt spots or smudge spots or sea spray or, you know, whatever you've got on your lens. Hopefully you're not getting sea spray on your lens or on your sensor. That could be bad health for your camera. So anyway, it has masking AI, portrait AI, scene relighting, a bunch of other AIs, you know. Hey, Dylan AI, right? I wish I could click on a button for you. And another thing on top of all that is it's economical. You know, it's not expensive at all, and it's yours for life. Once you buy it, you download it, you put it on your computer, and it's yours forever, forever and ever. Amen. And they do have, you know, they do have a lot of other things you can purchase from them. You know, templates and whatnot. But maybe we can get a new Dylan on the scene here.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Anyway, so get yourself a copy. If you want to save $10, I mean, it's already economical. But if you want to save $10, click below. There's a link in the description below. Click on that. Purchase Luminar through that link, and you can save $10. Now, if you save that $10, Luminar rewards us by getting you to buy their software by sharing that $10 with us. And what is that called when you get money like that? It's called kickback, right? Everybody loves kickback. Yay, kickback! Aaron, what are you going to do with your $10? Huh? What are you going to do with your $10? Throw you on the floor here. See how you bounce. Are you going to save your money? Are you going to share it with Daddy? No. No? You suck.
You suck.
Huh? Are you going to get $1 million?
$1 million.
You're probably going to share that with Mommy, aren't you? Always sharing stuff with Mommy and not with Daddy. I know who your favorite is. Uh-huh.
Boy's best friend is his mother.
So, so get yourself a copy. What are you doing, blowing snot? Huh? Oh, disgusting.
And now for something completely different.
Hold on a second. Time out. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Booger removal. It's another Luminar option. Booger removals. What else would we like to ask our audience for? How about you subscribe? Uh-huh. How about this hand? Stop doing that. How about you subscribe? 2 fingers. Subscribe. Actually, that was 4 fingers, wasn't it? Yeah, nobody can have more fun with boogers than you. Get out of there. And besides subscribers, what else does YouTube like? YouTube likes the thumbs up. And if you give us a thumbs up, we'll give you the thumbs up back. because we have the thumbs up girls. Yeah. Thumbs up. Do 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 do. Thumbs up. Uh-huh. Aren't they cute? Cuter than you, blowing snot everywhere. So yeah, what else can we say besides that? I think that was pretty much it. All I can think of in that regard. So, who are we? You're Dylan. I'm Dr. Scott.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
And together we are Modesty Photography. We're here to talk about tips and tricks about photography, a little vintage stuff, how to save some money, maybe some techniques about photography. You name it, we kind of go down that road wherever we can. And Dylan would probably like to talk about cookies or other types of things that he wants to talk about and make noises and blowing snot and whatever he thinks is fun at his age. I can't wait till you're a teenager and you hate mommy and daddy and run away from home or move out with a girl and I dare to dream.
I have a dream.
So anyway, unfortunately now you're in your terrible 2s, and what, in April your terrible 3s are coming in and the terrible 4s. I don't know when the terrible age stops, but anyway, we'll get there through it someday, right, mister? Eh? Eh? Yeah. So yeah, so come on back next week. We do this once a week, every Friday. Well, Friday Vietnam time. So depending on where you are in the world, it could be the day before, the day after, or the same day.
That's weird.
Wow, isn't that mathematically genius, isn't it? Genius. So, so come on back and let's do it all again. And why? Because you belong here. Yeah. And where do they belong, mister? Huh? Where do they belong? Let's sit in the front. Let's point this way. This was Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right. So again, we come back every Friday, do the same thing, have fun. Hopefully you learn something, a little something here and there. Leave us a comment below if you want to see something specifically.
Kung Fu.
Something we could do anyway. I mean, don't say, oh, we need you to review the M11. I have an M10, but I don't have an M11. Good God, that's really pricey. And sometimes I, find stuff out there. Friends of mine may have some things I could review or look at. But anyway, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. And other than that, well, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for putting up with our craziness here. Thanks for putting up with Dylan's snotty nose. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the thumbs up. And thank you for just being you. All right, that's it, buddy. So, we're going to see you next week. Yes. 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 All right, so see ya. Have a nice weekend. All right, bye-bye.
Here I am,